Hey everybody, here I am again with another episode of the Single Dad Zone. So today I want to talk about, I watched a TEDx video of Tony Horton and it was really good, and I thought it was worth sharing with you, and I'll include a link to the Tony Horton talk. But I just wanted to discuss really quick some of the highlights that I saw in his talk and just pass them on to you because I thought they were fantastic. So he talked about your quality of life can be measured by your health, your fitness, and your happiness. And that's really the foundation, those three. As long as you got your health, you're fit, and you're happy, you're going to have a great quality of life. So in this talk, he talks about 4 ways or 4 things that will interrelate to help you get you healthier, more fit, and in the end make you more happy. And he talks about how the brain chemicals that work when you're exercising, how they automatically make you happier. So the 4 things he talked about that you need to practice in order to get healthier, get more fit, and to be more happy is the first tip he gives you is variety. So he said you gotta have variety. You can't do the same thing over and over and over again. You're gonna get bored, you're gonna get burned out, and you're gonna either get hurt or you're gonna stop. So if you're just running all the time, you're gonna get bored with it. If you're just lifting weights all the time, you're gonna get bored with it. So you need a variety. You need both. You need some cardio. You need some strength. You need all different programs. You need to do something for, I would say, 30, 60, 90 days max, and then change it up and try something different, just so you keep your interest. It's just natural for people to want to change things up. The next thing he talked about was one of the things I talk about all the time: consistency. If you're not consistent, it's not going to work. So if you don't consistently eat relatively healthy, if you don't consistently work out, and he talked about working out 5 to 7 days a week for at least 20 minutes, then you're not going to get healthier, you're not going to get more fit, and you're not going to be happy because you need to be consistent. And I did a discussion about a book called The Slight Edge, and that's really a big principle of The Slight Edge is the more you do the right thing, even if it's just a little thing, the healthier and the better you're going to get consistently. If you consistently eat McDonald's and crap, then you're going to be heading down the wrong way. But it takes a long time to see that. The next thing he talked about was intensity. So number 3 is intensity. So you need to always be pushing the envelope. So one day you might want to start out, and you can only walk. So you walk maybe a mile. Then you walk maybe 2 miles. Then you start to walk a little faster. Then you start to jog. Then you start to jog a little further. So you always want to be pushing the envelope. You always want to be pushing yourself further than you've gone before. You really need to push, because intensity is really one of the keys to getting more fit and getting healthier and ultimately getting happier, as Tony Horton talks about in his TEDx talk. The last thing he talked about was stop eating like crap. He said you got to cut out the chemicals, you got to cut out the sugars, you got to cut out the salt, and he said, we live in a world where we have so much processed food, it's so bad for you. So he said, he had like a funny quote, I can't remember exactly, but it was basically if it grows in the ground, so if it's a tree, a bush, if it grows, then it's probably okay to eat, and if it comes from something that breathes, so if it comes from something that's alive, it's okay. So basically getting down to the fundamentals, if it's in the produce section, in the meat section, then it's probably okay. But if you're looking at the Doritos and the Cheetos and the Fritos, heavily processed foods, probably not okay. And I can tell you, my eating is not probably the best. It's something that I work on constantly. It's probably the hardest part. I don't have any problem with the workouts. I always have the problem with the eating. I think I'm not alone in that one. I think a lot of people, it's always the damn eating that's the hard part. So basically he talked about, like I said, I'm just going to sum it up. You got to have variety. You got to mix it up, because that's really, variety is the spice of life. It keeps you going. You got to have consistency. If you're not consistent with exercising, you're not consistent with eating healthy, it's never going to work. Next, he talked about intensity. You got to really push the envelope. To get better, you got to push yourself harder than you did the day before. That's how you're going to see the results, you're going to see the progress. And then finally, you got to stop eating like crap, which is something I am working on myself. So anyway, I'm going to post the actual TED Talk that Tony Horton did so you can see it. And this is just my thoughts on it. Anyway, thank you for watching. And I've got a good post coming up tomorrow. It's going to be how to exercise with 5 common household items. I'm going to show you tomorrow. Looking forward to it. See you all soon.